Hello, my name is Ron Bade. I am presently the Senior Analyst for Commonwealth Transportation Consultants, a highway safety consulting firm which provides services in the fields of accident reconstruction, forensic mapping, traffic studies, the extraction of electronic data from crashed vehicles, and DOT and OSHA training. If you have viewed our primer on the changes to the Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices, or MUTCD, you know significant changes have been placed into regulation by the Federal Highway Administration. As one would expect, municipalities adversely impacted by the changes have spoken out. Such outcry has resulted in a number of actions by elected officials and non-elected bureaucrats. This presentation is offered to update viewers on the activities of these officials and the impact of the proposed changes. In June of 2011, each House of Congress had members introduce legislation eliminating the requirement for sign retroreflectivity. A careful examination of the legislation reveals that only existing signs would be exempt from the retroreflectivity requirements. While this would eliminate the need for municipalities to replace ineffective signs and reducing operational costs of the municipality, signs erected in the future would be required to meet the retroreflectivity requirements. This would create an administrative need for municipalities to track the installation dates of all signs and the sign's compliance. Additionally, these legislative efforts create two dilemmas for the municipality. First, the federal government has already notified all municipalities of a safety issue with regard to sign retroreflectivity through the adoption of the 2009 MUTCD. Second, through the elimination of the need to comply with any retroreflectivity standard, this legislation would thrust the liability for the failure of complying with the previously published retroreflectivity standards squarely on the municipality without the umbrella of a future compliance date. At this moment in time, neither of these pieces of legislation have been passed. On August 31, 2011, the Federal Highway Administration issued a Notice of Proposed Amendments to the 2009 MUTCD. Comments were requested by October 31, 2011. As of January 15, 2012, no additional action has been reported in the Federal Register. As such, the original requirements of the 2009 MUTCD are in place. Nonetheless, we will present the updates these proposed amendments to the 2009 MUTCD entail and their consequences on local municipalities. While there was not room on this slide to present all of the portions of Table I-2 mentioned in paragraph 1 of the notice in the Federal Register, suffice it to say the noted sections pertain primarily to sign designs, letter height, and back sign positionings. The Federal Highway Administration is currently of the view local municipalities can make the determination as to when such changes are appropriate. Very few of the proposed changes in these sections are safety related. Paragraph 3 of the proposed amendments to the MUTCD is to eliminate compliance dates which have come and passed. Only our federal government would require a comment period for the removal of expired regulations. The proposed revision in paragraph 4 would delay the requirement for a municipality to implement the required sign management system until January 22, 2014. This seems like a healthy breather in this era of a struggling economy and reduced municipal revenues. But stay tuned. The Federal Highway Administration is proposing the elimination of the retroreflectivity compliance date of January 22, 2015 for signs other than street names, and the January 22, 2018 date for street name signs. However, specific attention needs to be paid to the following requirement. Compliance with retroreflectivity standards still exists after the municipality has implemented the required sign management system. The proposed amendments purport to be relief to municipalities facing large expenditures for the upgrading of highway signs during this period of depressed municipal income. However, let us take a closer look at the relief being provided. The implementation of a sign management system will be delayed, if a final rule is issued, until 2014. At that point in time, absent a compliance date for the retroreflectivity standards of January 22, 2015, the requirement for compliance with the retroreflectivity standard becomes effective on January 22, 2014, a full year earlier than the original standard. If this is not enough, the requirement for street sign name retroreflectivity becomes effective on January 22, 2014, 4 years earlier than the original standard. The goal of Commonwealth Transportation Consultants is to help municipalities comply with federal regulations and promote safety. We realize municipalities are restricted by budgets that do not always meet their constituents' needs. However, municipal officials should be careful in the manner in which they voice their concerns regarding federal regulations. It is clear the proposed amendments to the 2009 MUTCD are the result of municipal officials voicing their concerns regarding the fiscal implications of the 2009 MUTCD. Unfortunately, the reaction to those concerns by the administration's bureaucrats has created the possibility of making the situation worse for municipalities, since the proposed solution actually accelerates the imposition of the requirements. Replacing a sign is one issue. Dealing with a civil action related to a collision involving a sign not in compliance is an entirely different issue. Each municipality should consult the insurance company which provides their liability and errors and omissions insurance to assess the impact of the failure to comply with the retroreflectivity and other signage requirements. Some municipalities have asked us, what if we decide not to comply? The Pennsylvania Department of Transportation has made it abundantly clear they are not a police force. They will not be in the field looking for signs which do not meet the retroreflectivity standards. However, they have said if they find a municipality not in compliance with the retroreflectivity standards, liquid fuel funds will be withheld. The very source of revenue some municipalities plan to use for compliance may be in jeopardy. The proposed amendments to the 2009 MUTCD appear to provide local municipalities with a little more time in implementing a sign management plan. Please keep in mind the amendments have not yet been adopted. Additionally, if they are adopted as proposed, the requirements for compliance will actually occur in 2014 instead of 2015. Please feel free to call with any questions you may have. No question is unimportant, and we would like those making these decisions to be fully informed. We continue to see municipalities make decisions that will ultimately cost them more money in the long term due to misconceptions held and a reluctance to ask what would have been a cost-saving question. Thank you for your interest in our sign management system, and we very much look forward to being of service. Please check back at our website regularly, as we will post additional updates as they become necessary. Thank you.